Hi, my name's Jane and this is my story. Years ago I met Colin. I was going out with Colin's friend at the time and we used to all go out playing pool together at what we used to call our regular pub. We ended up spending quite a lot of time together because we were both out of work at the time. We had a real connection. Well, we spent a lot of time together, quite a lot of time in Colin's bedroom actually. We would have tickle fights and then he took me down the woods. And if you go down to the woods today, you'll surely have a surprise because Jane and Colin were on the floor in between the sticks.
So how did you feel about me all those years ago?
I felt, I don't actually know. No, I do know. I really, really, really liked Colin a lot.
So what happened? Why did you not get together then?
So the reason that it didn't carry on was because I felt guilty, and I told my boyfriend, who said that you're not to see, that he'll stay with me, but I'm not to see Colin anymore. So I didn't. So the relationship didn't last that much longer after, and I ended up moving on anyway. But back then there was no mobile phones, so I had no way to get hold of Colin. So I left my first boyfriend for the next boyfriend, which lasted 4 years. That relationship was quite a tough relationship. I was young, naive, and I felt trapped because I had a mortgage with the person. I didn't know how to leave. He was very controlling. I wasn't allowed to see friends. That relationship lasted 4 years, and I met my husband whilst we were working together, who actually made me laugh, and he basically got me out of that relationship. He rescued me. So at the start of the marriage, it was a good relationship, and soon had my 2 wonderful children. But after 22 years, well actually before 22 years, I was feeling rejected, lonely, I suffered depression, I had chronic pain with all the different illnesses. I find it really hard to talk about.
Why do you find it difficult?
Because it's past, I don't like to talk about the past. I like to bring up memories of stuff. I don't like talking about my health because I don't want to BY me.
Yeah.
I just find it really hard to talk about.
Okay.
And that light is like blinding me.
It's bright, isn't it?
Yes. We had lots of ups and downs in the marriage, as most marriages go. After
Use the question.
I know I am. I'm thinking. I can't think. Stop it. I can't think.
What can't you think? So in the first 5 years, how was it in the first 5 years?
The first 5 years of the marriage were really great. Actually, when I got to the 7 years, I actually did get a 7-year itch.
So what did you do then?
I ended up asking his brother to sleep with me.
Sorry?
I asked his brother to sleep with me.
Oh dear.
Obviously, he didn't take me up on it. And he knew I did tell my husband. I was drunk at the time, must admit to that. I just got on with it. Just got on with being a wife, being a mother. At least the kids needed me still. As I was at home on my own, bringing up the kids on my own basically, because my husband worked night shifts, late shifts, whatever you want to call it. He worked late. My husband worked late shifts, so I was at home on my own with the kids. But when they started getting older, they didn't really need me, so then I felt like no one needed me. So yeah, I felt alone, abandoned, and lots of self-pity really. I had so many health issues, constantly back and forth to hospital, appointments, cameras in every orifice you could think of. I found as we was getting older and the marriage was, each year went by, nothing new was happening. I felt even more alone. We were drifting apart. It's like he started getting a social life, going out with his work colleagues. I was still at home, basically having no life and nobody interested in me. Kids didn't need me, he didn't need me. We ended up having marriage counselling or relationship counselling. But really the issues that I had were still there. It was just putting the plaster on the cracks. I didn't deal with my mental health problems well, so I found comfort in spending money, which, as you can guess, is not a very good idea when you start getting store cards, credit cards, overdrafts, just to feed your habit. And it did become a habit for me because it was my way of making myself happy. But really all I was doing was putting a band-aid on the marriage, trying to patch things up, put on a brave face so the outside world couldn't see the problems behind closed doors, basically. March last year, my husband bought me a new car, which I found basically pimping my ride, modifying my car was a release, something to do, something that started to make me feel good. I'd go to car meets with other mini owners and things like that. It was good, but again, it was just another band-aid being put on cracks in the marriage. And then September last year, I noticed that Colin, he does photography. And, I said to him, would he come and do a photo shoot of my car? I was actually half expecting him to say no, but actually he agreed. And we met, and he done the photo shoot. But as soon as that I saw him, it was like fireworks going off inside of me. I kind of had all the feelings came back in myself. It just felt like, electric going around me. All them feelings from 30 years ago had sort of come back to life. And it felt amazing. And then he said to me that 30 years ago I was his first love. Wow. I was really shocked. I didn't know what to say because I never even knew that at the time. And I don't even remember what I said, because I was just in shock, really. And then after, you know, he finished with the photo shoot, I said, you know, would you like to meet up, and, you know, meet up at the pub, and maybe we can have a look at the pictures and that. Again, I was expecting him to say, oh no, he can't do it, because, you know, I knew that he was married as well and everything like that. I actually agreed, and I was over the moon. So, you know, I was really excited, and we met up at the pub, and it was quite obvious that we both still had the feelings for each other. And then in my head, I knew that, yeah, this is the man that I want to be with. You know, after 22 years of not being able to be myself and actually hating myself for how I looked, actually, you know, this man that I knew 30 years ago. Well, I knew him when he was a young man. He's slightly older now, as we both are. But yeah, he was still the same man that I admired all them years ago, and actually I admire him even more now. He's so clever, you know, and his photography is amazing. It just blows me away how good he is. And yeah, so we tried to see each other as much as we could, but then after 5 weeks I knew that I couldn't carry this on. I had to end my marriage and leave my marital home, because I wanted to be with Colin. And that was really hard. But I knew it was the right thing to do. I needed to take that leap of faith, find my way down the rabbit hole and see what else lies out there, because yeah, I just needed to be happy. I needed to be happy living, and look forward to life and all the great things. And so yeah, so I told Colin that I'm going to tell my husband that night, and he said, oh, he'd better tell his wife then. And that was that. And I don't look back at all now. I've grown as a person. We've grown together. We've explored so many different things that 11 months ago I would never have thought that I would be able to do. I have much more confidence in myself, and actually each day, with the lovely things that Colin says to me, you know, he'll message me, and I get a little message when I'm at work on my phone, and it'll say something like, how's my gorgeous goddess this morning, you know, and it just puts a smile on my face, and I've never been so happy. And yeah, and we're getting married in 3 weeks' time. So I'm so excited. So finally, yeah, I'm getting to be myself, and this phoenix has definitely risen from the ashes. So watch this space. There's so much things that we're going to be doing. You know, we've both said that life is for living. You're long time dead, so let's live and be happy and do different new things. Lots of firsts. You know, we did what's it called? Bodyboarding when we was on holiday in Cornwall. Never done that before. So there's lots of things that we want to try that we've never done and always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do jet skiing, so that's something we're going to try and do. So lots of other things. We'd love for you to follow us and follow our journey through this rabbit hole and see what life brings next. And I'm sure that the wedding will be on here. That will be a good thing. So if you liked, please subscribe, leave a comment below, and that's all for now. Bye. Thanks.